All right, here we go.
Yeah. Let's go. If you want it, you can get it. Let me know. I'm about to break this thing up. Let's go. If you want it, you can get it. Let me know. I'm about to break this thing up.
Well, it's 5 p.m., which means it must be time for another session, another episode in the Man Cave. I want to welcome everybody onto the show. In addition, I want to welcome two co-hosts, All-State PG and All-State Coach. What's going on, fellas?
What's up?
Hey, man, we made it to another one. Made it to another end of the week. So congratulations on getting to this point. So got a good show. Got another good show lined up this week, continuing with the media days, and got two teams on. Should go with two energetic and personable coaches from Lake Region, Coach Skip, and from Lakeland, Coach Hen. We'll get them on a little later. But before we get started, we want to, pass the ball to the PG for his segment, sponsored by Santa Fe Boys Basketball, Coach Mike Blooker. So, Tuma's Tape, you got it, boss. What's on your mind?
Man, I'm at step team practice yesterday, y'all. And I see a 6'6" and a 6'7" in Simpson Park during the week of tryouts. Please help me understand how we got a 6'6"
He had just left practice tryouts. He didn't even go.
One say he was hurt, but he was out there playing. Say he could attend Lakeland. And the other one say he played football and basketball, but he was out there. I'm confused, cuz I'm like really confused. Like,
so it was two of them.
There was two of them.
And they both go to Lakeland High School. We got Lakeland coach coming on a little while, so
the other one go to Lake Gibson.
We can definitely ask the Lakeland High School ball coach about that one.
I'm trying to figure out how we got 2 6'6", 6'7" kids in Polk County walk around in the rec center and not at practice.
Back in the day, we used to call it the Lakeland Five Fit, and then we start calling it the Terrence McGriffin Fit, where you start making these kids think that they basketball stars when they've been playing football since they could walk, and got all the measurables possible for football, and they get to that point, all of a sudden they want to, shoot a 3-pointer. They don't even want to go drop step. I guarantee you them two guys you're talking about was probably on the wing shooting jump shots.
Go to Lake Gibson, say he played tight end. I'm like, man, you want to make your mama some millions? Stick to football. He said he the next LeBron James, 11th grade.
See, there it is right there. Probably ain't touched the paint. 6'6", 270.
Bro, I'm just confused, man, on the dedication from these kids in high school sports and the excuses they make when they should be in the gym.
Well,
you tell me the next LeBron James, you don't need to be at Simpson Park doing tryout week.
Bro, if he the next LeBron James, he not at Lake Gibson. So,
but I'm just looking at the size, and I'm saying like the potential that's there for the 10th and 11th grader at that size. And for me, it's like y'all don't even understand the importance of being in this week of tryouts, being part of a team, and also, what if you get hurt out there horsing around? Like, they might be a part of the team, they might not, but what if you get hurt out there playing pickup ball during the first week of the basketball season? But we all know if you simp, you ain't playing basketball.
Not to say if he at Central Park, that kind of give you an idea of, where he at, especially that time of day. I mean, he ain't at practice, because if he's 6'6", 270 and he walking around somebody campus, most schools, especially that first week, they already, they ain't getting done practice about 5, 6 o'clock. So
yeah, or later. You know,
That's what I'm saying. So ain't nowhere in the world they've been able to see you down at Simp and not be
Even football getting out at that time. So they
that's what
couldn't
I'm
have been
saying.
playing football.
Even with someone saying kids may not be eligible, I still don't understand. If you love the game that much to say you LeBron James, you need to be at somebody's school at practice during the week of trials, not at Simpson Park playing. And if you play
Definitely.
football, oh my God, you a walking power 5 at 6'6", 6'7" at tight end. You as a power 5, SEC, ACC, Big Ten, all over you. I don't.
with no ability whatsoever.
You ain't gotta have it. You can just have the size and they're gonna offer you, bro. We know that.
If you walk in the door and you pass the eyeball test, you'll get 2 or 3 Power 5 offers off the eyeball test.
Off the eyeball.
That's totally fact.
It's just, I don't understand like where the kids get the information from now, or what, you know, why they're not where they're supposed to be at. You know, I guess when we played, kids, whether you were ineligible, eligible, whatever, you're at basketball at that time. You're gonna see where your game is at the week of trials. You know what I'm saying? So that was just interesting to me to see that.
So what they say when you said that about football? How did they respond to that?
Kids say he ain't really like football, like basketball is sport.
Tuma, man, stop playing, man.
Man, me and Larry Murphy,
Playing.
me and Larry Murphy were in Simpson Park, and we couldn't believe we saw these kids walking. We like, they got to be out of school. And when them 2 young men said they're in the 10th and 11th, oh my! I'm just listen. I'm like, yo, 10th and 11th with that size, you got plenty. You got a good year to learn the game.
Yeah, even if you horrible and never done it, the fact that you got what you can't coach, you already ahead of 75% of the quote unquote competition because you can't coach 6'6", 270 on no day.
You can't coach that, man. Hey, what up, AB? I had to get shout out to AB. AB came on last week and joined us to check us out, Billy D. And give my boy AB a shout
What's
out.
up, 95? My dog right there.
Can I ask you this? What's the year? What's the year thing? What's going on with the years?
Maybe we need to teach all about protocol.
I don't know them type of protocol, cuz.
I'm just saying, we just acknowledge each other.
What is 95 on that? Fill me in.
That's when he made it.
Oh.
1995.
Oh, okay. I thought that was his birthday. Yeah, his birthday.
No. AB, I still might have to give him some history lessons.
Oh man, hey, he ain't know here yet.
Coach Ian, you on the wrong. Coach Ian on YouTube to my
Yeah, you know, he is not a social media guy, so he's looking at it through YouTube, so he can
time for him to get on.
every time he jump on. Yeah, so that's how he kind of stay off his social media hiatus, and still, you know,
that ain't gonna help him win no games.
Hey, well, he got it. I guess he felt like he needed to do that.
He got to answer some questions about this social media, this 6'7", 6'8" boy, and Mo. He on the hot seat.
He on the hot seat already.
Already on the hot seat.
Okay. Well, Coach,
we're doing live today. We getting hyped today with Coach Hen.
Coach, you got anything in your corner, in the coach's corner that's on your mind that you want to speak on?
Coach, man, I got something for you guys, and it's been bothering me for a while. But let's talk about leadership, right? What defines a leader, and do all great teams have or need a leader on their team?
Let me ask you this: are you saying leadership as a coach or leadership as players?
Let's look at it from both angles. So let's start with the players.
A leadership, a player who, I think a player has to take all responsibility, being right and wrong from the coach. You're never right as a leader, and you got to be the one to motivate your team. You have to have a voice. Your voice has to be heard on the good or bad, I think. but you got to be accountable at all times for everything. So if you're a leader, if you're a star player and you're the leader, you can't finish last in drills. You can't be the first one to lead the gym. When y'all are down, you can't have the bad body language to let everybody else catch on to that. You can't have excuses. You know what I'm saying? And you gotta be a motivator to your teammates, man. They gotta look at you as the big brother, the guy. You know, whether you're the best player or not, it's just you gotta have them strengths. And as coaches, it's just responsibilities. And you know, in this day and age, it goes from being on social media to the everyday being out. Just your presentation, man. You know what the way you want your players to be, or the way you want your kids to be, and the way you want your program to be is how you have to run your program. For example, you can't be on here getting in arguments with other fans, or you know, having a voice of negativity because they're telling you your team suck, and you got to go back and forth with them. You can't be on here cursing and setting bad examples for kids. You have to maintain that, even if you're getting taught by like a dog. And then on the end of coaching, you also got to accept some ownership to things that pertain to the sport that you're involved in. You can't always look to be blamed. You know, I see a lot of bad leaders that blame players instead of blaming themselves sometimes. And I think a great leader has to have a great staff along with them. That's where you got leadership. When you can have, if us three was coaching together, we'll be the best. We'll be the best trio in the county, because we would be willing to tell each other when you're right and when we're wrong. We won't be do boys. And most leaders, most coaches, that's the first thing they're scared of, putting people on staff that got just as much knowledge as them and just as good as them, because they don't want anybody on the outside to feel like they're getting credit, because then you lacking the leadership.
Coach, what you got for me?
Well, you know, it's a I guess that's a term that you use in school system when you get in leadership or administration. They call it servant leadership, and you have to be able to like Roger said, to understand that it's not always you're not the end all with every call, conversation, and situation, and sometimes leadership is more about, for me, like in my experience of leadership, I've learned more from folks that are not good leaders than I did from people that are, because you learn what not to do, which sometimes is more important than, you know, knowing what to do. It's easy to do the right thing. It's not always easy to do if that makes any sense, do the wrong thing. But as far as leadership, I think that you got to have leadership. I think you can get to a point, but at some point you'll have to have it. And the more that you have it, the better chance you got to be successful. It's like you can call a set on the sideline, but at some point, and we say this all the time, the players gonna have to go and make plays, and you got to have somebody that the kids and the grown-ups are gonna respond to in pressure situations, and that doesn't always happen, unfortunately. And the teams that have them, I think last year, the team that won state actually had multiple leaders, and that could be an issue too. If you got multiple and they don't mesh together, that can be a mess too. So I do think that leadership is important, but you could get to a point without it, but you won't be able to cross, you know, over to the promised land, quote unquote, without it, if that makes sense.
Okay, question. Does it have to be your best player?
No.
And could you get by with not having a player as a leader and the coach taking on that role and become a championship team?
No, you got to have a player. You got to have somebody, or it's going to always be – you got to have somebody, I think, because it's always going to be an against you thing. And in this day, a lot of kids that don't – let's say your kids that don't get to play. they're gonna feel like it's favoritism, right? You have to have people on the court or on the field that can be there to hear that conversation and be able to slice that conversation where you don't have to always do it. I think you need somebody in that position, or you're gonna always have you always gonna be missing something.
I don't think it has to be your best player, but it's doubly good when it is, because if you got the best player that's leading, that's finishing first in the sprints, that's running every drill 100%, it's kind of hard for anybody else to kind of check out because your best player doing it. So it's I just think it's equally better when it's your best player, but it doesn't have to be your best player, but it does have to be your most respected player. And so if your most respected player is also your best player, then you winning twice, if that makes sense. Because sometimes your best player is not, the leader is not the best player. He one that command the most respect.
I will say this, in my 2012 team, my most respected player was my best football player. He was the leader on the football team, but he also was the most respected and the leader of our basketball team. It was actually Russell Wilson's brother, LD Wilson. He wasn't my best player, but he was my best leader. He held everybody accountable. He was like a coach on the bench, on the floor. He could whoop everybody, wasn't nobody trying to fight him. He held everybody accountable. He called you out when you was wrong. He got so much respect from our team. We had to choose when we went to basketball camp. And I was talking to Russell Wilson, Marcel White, like, hey, we can go to Florida camp, but the football players won't be there because they got to go to skills camp. Or we can go to Florida State camp and we have everybody. They were like, Coach, you're going to Florida State camp because we can't even go without LD. Like I said, he wasn't my best basketball player, but he was my most respected player and leader.
Yeah, that's the key about the respect thing, I think.
I mean, you look at last year with Bartow team, and McGriff will tell you, and the kids will tell you, they was on 2 weeks ago, that Mario was the leader of that team, and he wasn't the best player on the team, but he was the most respected, and it was, all of them, nobody questioned, when they said that, they all looked at him for for the leadership and how things would go, and it worked out very well for them. So yeah, I think it.
Sometimes it's a guy on your team that you got that much respect, that just got that desire to win and competitive, that his voice is a little bit louder and stronger because he might be better at something else that they're not at, that they just got to respect. And it's just that voice, like, because everybody don't want to win the same, man. I think your leader has to be that person that hates losing. You know what I'm saying? That just wants to compete at everything, even if he ain't the best at it. You know what I'm saying? Like he gonna guard. If he's not the best player in practice, he gonna guard the best player. He gonna challenge everybody to be great.
And because he's working so hard, it's you gotta meet that level, or you gonna get challenged on it. You're gonna get checked on it. Yeah.
Hey, we got him on here, AB, and now you saying 03, man. That's a cute out thing. That ain't no frat thing. That's just a cute out thing right there.
What you talking about, bro? The only frat. What you talking about?
Oh, there you go. You see, y'all get too personal with it, man. Bro. I don't look at it like that, man. You guys are great.
Exactly. We're great. I'm glad you acknowledge that, sir.
We're great. I think when you talk like that, you slacking. You losing focus, cuz.
Bro, y'all have much respect for me.
No,
y'all have much respect for me.
Nah. You look at like you. You and AB. See, y'all two of them guys I like, man. I love you guys, dog. So I can't say too much. Y'all my guys.
So, well, that was a good segue, and it's probably easier. I would think it'd be easier to be a leader at a basketball team than say with a football team, because it's less players to manage.
Less moving parts.
Yeah,
that was a great question, Coach. That was a good one, man. I'm surprised you held on to that one for a while, because that was a good one. That was a good topic right there. talk about. Cause I ain't really had one today. I just when I saw the kids, you know, I'm like, I ain't really had none today, man.
It's all right. I'm a bump for you.
Hey, so
I'm ready to get this. I'm ready to get these dreadnoughts.
Dreadnoughts ain't first though.
I know. Who?
All right. So is the first one in the? Is he in the room?
Nah, ain't nobody came in yet, man.
He just sent me a text.
That's what we can talk about though. Till we get them on.
Okay.
The NBA players agreeing to come and start the league in December. Is that fair to the guys that were in the bubble, like Lakers in Miami? And then you're talking about guys talking about they're gonna sit out.
Sit out until January.
Like they're gonna get their rest. Yeah. What's y'all thoughts on like that?
I don't blame them, bro. Rest is just as important as training. You know, when you play in a pro sport, that's a lot on the body.
Yeah.
And
they only cutting 8 games. They're going 73 instead of 81. I'm like, is you serious? That's crazy.
Yeah, that's. I thought I read somewhere where they was talking about starting January, so they went against that, huh?
No, they announced it today that they working on the paperwork now that they gonna officially, and they're gonna be in the arenas. They're going back to the arenas.
And they trying to start it so they can have the Christmas buzz, huh?
Nah,
yeah.
they're trying to start because of the Olympics, and the guys want the summer off. So how do you schedule that? Do you schedule it fair to get the Clippers and the Heat, Lakers, Denver, and who was Boston? Do you give them a little room to play after Christmas and maybe start in January? Because you're only gonna play so many games from December 22nd to January, because you got the Christmas. You're gonna have the Christmas game where you only play 4 games. So how should the NBA schedule that fair enough to get them guys to January before they actually start?
I would think they would try to show those teams that, you know, made it the furthest, the most love. I mean, but it's tough when the team that made it the furthest are the best draw TV wise. You can't have no what you call it, Christmas schedule without LeBron being out there, or you know, or the Heat, or the 4 teams that made it. All of them are like marketable teams now, especially the Lakers. So it's kind of like, do you let them play on Christmas and then you give them off to the rest of until January? But then, like you say, the other people playing games. So I would think they would give them a little time, because I mean, it's November now, so that's in another month.
Toma, I forgot about the Olympics.
Yeah,
that's a lot on a person's body.
They won't
say LeBron.
That just means that they ain't gonna get a good Olympic team, because them guys gonna opt out of playing in the Olympics.
They're gonna opt out the Olympics. Exactly.
Yeah, they ain't gonna play in the Olympics. The Olympic team gonna be trash.
Olympics play in what, late July and August?
Yeah, late July and August. And then
you talking about them kicking back up in October? Yep. Man, that's a lot.
They might well go get the college guys this time, because them pro guys, the main ones, ain't gonna play.
And I got another one for y'all, man. That was interesting, man. You weren't with us the other day with me, Strick. Shout out to Strick, man. He got Tenor Rock. He over there coaching Tenor Rock. They don't want 2 in a row, so we got to give Strick a little love.
They up tonight. They got the last game tonight. They play Lake Region tonight. End of season.
2 sorry teams playing each other, huh? Hey, get your bag of peanuts. You gonna watch that, man? Hey, but look, we was at the lake. Coach. Me, Barnes, and Strick was out there talking, and one of the Florida Southern assistants came up to meet me, give me a little Florida Southern gear, and we was asking him a couple questions, and I asked him about the high school kids coming out this year, and we talked about Walt signing early, and Walt kind of mentioned because of the transfer portal, and they just got the news at the Division II level that all the kids can come back next year. So that every sport, even at the Division II level, they don't lose the eligibility. So they'll bring their whole team back next year, and they probably won't recruit in high school because the transfer portal will open up. How much does this hurt? How much does this COVID situation hurt these young men who are coming out right now that aren't Walter Clayton, that don't have 3 or 4, 5, 6, 7 offers on the table, because that's just the D2 part. Now they get all their players back. D2 guys ain't going pro. They're not NBA prospects, so they looking at, okay, we can play out this year and we can come back and have our same team again next year. Should we focus on a freshman, or should we focus on a transfer that probably can give us 3 years that's coming from Division I? How much does that hurt the kids that are borderline getting scholarship offers?
I mean, CT, man, that killed the kids this summer. Because usually it's somebody that jumps on the scene during the summertime, but somebody you never even heard about. I seen a kid go from not being ranked, by the end of the summer, he top 10 in his class. You know what I'm saying? So, first of all, you miss out on those kids. So if you don't have an offer already, people don't really know who you are. You know what I'm saying? We already said on this show that really nobody is receiving scholarships from high school ball. You know what I'm saying? Coaches are not coming out like that to recruit, to give out scholarships for high school ball. I was actually disappointed with the City of Palms being canceled, because I was really expecting, maybe for Walt to come out of City of Palms with that Power 5 offer.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Because City of Palms is different. You got every head coach from every Power 5 program running through the door, and you playing against top-notch competition. But other than that, you don't get the same runs as everybody else. So I think it killed it, for them kids to earn the right to play on that stage and to get those scholarships, even if it's Power 5, even if it's not Power 5, mid-major, low major, Division II, they were not able to see kids. And I'm pretty sure it's some kids that's being overlooked. So if I was those kids, I would be considering prep school.
That was my next question I asked.
You know what I'm saying? I'd be considering prep school so I don't lose a year. You can go JUCO, but you lose a year in JUCO. I'm not opposing going to JUCO because there's some top JUCOs out there. But I think COVID killed these kids for this summer.
That's what I was going to tell you. He said that the prep route probably would be the best route for a lot of those kids to start looking at, because when you bring your whole team back and you're top 5 in the country, and you got a whole nother year with this same team, how focused are you going to be on a high school kid?
Now this is the kind of caveat to that. I do think prep is going to become a lot more attractive to high school kids, as well it should, because it's just not going to be the same amount of spots. But this year they've thrown out the ACT and SAT. So when you get ready to leave prep, does the ACT and SAT come back into play? And now you got to pass that same test that you kind of wouldn't right now. You don't have to worry about if you're going straight to school. Yeah, that becomes something else you kind of gotta, you gotta consider. But you gotta have somebody that wants you, I guess, first. But I do think that prep is going to be a lot more attractive. You're going to see a lot of real good kids that are in prep school, not because like you said, they just don't have nowhere to go. Because why would I leave if I don't have to? If you got the kid that gets a degree and ready to go, they know they're not going to do anything in basketball. They're going to get the degree and just start going to work. That, going into their career, that's one thing. But you're not going to have a lot of them. Them kids still chasing the dream, like you said. So they may have, Florida may have 15 kids. They may bring back 13 of them. So now instead of them recruiting 4 or 5, they only going to be able to offer 2. So yeah, it's going. I think the prep schools are attractive, but I wonder about but they don't have, a lot of kids ain't gonna have no choice. How they gonna factor the test in? Once 20, I guess that would be 22, 23 comes around. How that test will come back in.
Yeah,
I'm gonna tell you another factor, that prep school's not free. So if you're not, at a level where they're offering you money, you probably have to pay to go.
Oh.
So you got to consider that too.
And I was gonna ask you because I know you've been around it a lot more. Are there some trash prep schools that people just decide they're going prep and it ain't even worth the time?
Of course it is. It's some that, you know, some just looking to make money off kids for one.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? You do have those, and you do have those that sell promises that they really can't keep. That they putting people on that stage where they're gonna get looks. So yes, to answer that question, there are some really bad ones, but there are some really good ones. That wasn't very popular in Florida. You know what I'm saying? So they now starting to pop up in Florida. I think it's gonna be a while before we get the quality prep school, but more of the quality prep school are up north.
Mm.
And so then it becomes an issue of they only can pay so much, and then you got to kind of foot the bill. But like you said, it's just going to be tough because you're not going to have the choices have gotten significantly limited. They become a lot less than they have been because of this rule. So it's a good thing for those kids that get another year that's already there, but the kids that are trying to get there, it definitely is going to affect them. It's just the simple numbers. You just don't have enough numbers to accommodate keeping kids and then bringing kids in.
Yeah.
So it's going to be real interesting.
Very interesting year, man. Have Coach Billy D, what are the guidelines to expect for the season? Since you're coaching girls basketball, I'm sure the rules are the same as far as how many fans are they going to allow at the games. Have they gave y'all details on that yet?
I haven't seen any details as far as that. I just know that they're going to require a mask and things of that nature. So other than that, it's according to the county that you're in. I know they restrict in some counties. They can't travel outside of the counties that are touching them. Matter of fact, we just heard at Winter Haven, we play in this Thanksgiving tournament in Orlando all the time, but Orlando supposedly have all these strict, they have all these strict guidelines now. They probably gonna move that to Winter Haven this year. So we probably have that top tournament during the Thanksgiving time in Winter Haven.
Oh well, okay.
Somebody's come check y'all out.
I heard the high school.
It's gonna be tough. Wakava, y'all, Ely. I talked to Coach Jones yesterday. He said Wakava's gonna be pretty good again.
It's usually tough. Coach Bus does a great job up there. I've known him for a long time. They made it to the championship game last year. I think he's returning.
They're in the same district region as y'all?
No, they're not in the same region.
They're in the same classification, I mean.
Yes, them and Ely in the same class. They played Ely in the championship game.
Oh, y'all lost to Ely in the semis.
We lost to Ely in the semis.
Oh, okay. All right, gotcha. I didn't know that. I thought it was a championship.
It was a championship, but it was just in the semis.
All right.
Whoever won that game was gonna win the championship. We already knew that going in.
Yeah.
I don't know. Well, we got a little something in the gym this year, so we're gonna be, we're gonna be tough.
That's another
year of UConn dynasty, huh?
Another dynasty type squad this year, huh?
Man, we putting something together. You know what I'm saying? You come to play us, we're gonna at least paper cut you. You're gonna come out with a whole bunch of paper cuts. Paper cuts bleed too.
Okay. Might have to try to get y'all on here. If we do y'all, we gotta do everybody else. So and then we'll be tripping with the girls just talking to Winter Haven. You can't win for losing. Is a people here, man?
No one's in, man.
Man, he texted me, asked for the link, dealing with, oh, well, he ain't on the 6th. It's supposed to be old boy, but okay. What can you do? So, Coach, y'all start not next week, right?
Yeah, preseason next week.
So that thing you talking about right now is gonna be in Winter Haven next week?
No, not the preseason game. It's right after Thanksgiving.
Okay, y'all preseason.
Our preseason, we go to Lakewood, St. Pete Lakewood.
Okay. Y'all, what y'all play like Wednesday, Thursday?
I think it's Tuesday, Thursday. Hold on, I got it somewhere.
You won't be no good. Yeah, you can talk about y'all for a minute since I,
All right, we Tuesday, Thursday. More than likely, bro, I'm not gonna be able to make it. It's according to what time it is. You know, it's tough for me to leave school, so I should be on Thursday. I should be on here Thursday.
I'll play this next week. Next Thursday.
Yeah, next week, next Tuesday and Thursday, bro.
So they only give y'all 2 weeks of practice.
Yes, it's always been like that.
It's always been that way. It's always been 2 weeks and you line up.
Oh wow, I never knew that.
Yeah, like the boys played the week of the 17th, the week before Thanksgiving break. That's they tip off.
But you know what, Coach? I may be out. I may be out next week. No,
you ain't gonna be able to swing that, Coach. We got you. That's why once the season start, we're gonna move to the weekend, and we're gonna do something. And we guess we can do it right now since we got some time instead of till later. One thing I want us to do, like during the week, like say we do it on Saturday or Sunday, we pick 4 games, like among other things, like games of the week, and then we discuss them and say how we feel like they're gonna go. So I was gonna do that later on in this show for football, for a couple of football games tomorrow. But since we got some time, we can kind of do it now. Let's
roll with them, cuz.
So
get some goose eggs.
So this just to give you an idea how I'm thinking it looks. So we'll say, all right, first game, Lake Gibson at Winter Haven. So we got Lake Gibson at 7-1, Winter Haven at 3-4. So Lake Gibson is 5A, 6A, 5A. Lake Gibson 5A, Winter Haven 7A. Both teams, this is the last week of the regular season for football. For most teams, there's a couple teams that actually start. They got playoff play-in games tomorrow, but everybody else is their last game this week. So both of these teams opted into the playoffs, so they both will be playing in the playoffs next week. So Winter Haven has they have I don't know the quarter. I know Tyler's. They've been playing 2 quarterbacks kind of off and on during the season. Tyler's played, and then the other kids played. They got a couple good running backs. They got the Lane kid, the Marlowe kid, and by people you talk to say that they're 3-4, but their record is better. They better than their record. You hear that all the time. Say they better than their record. Lake Gibson 7-1. Lake Gibson lost the first game of the year to Lakeland, and ain't lost since. Lake Gibson gave up 23 points against Lakeland, and they've given up, I think, like 23 more points since that. They're giving up like 5 points a game, averaging like 40-something a game. So who y'all like in that game tomorrow? Lake Gibson at Winter Haven. The game was at Winter Haven. Last year it was a pretty close game. Lake Gibson won, so this is a rematch over there.
Yeah, Lakeland 30-10.
Lake Gibson 30-10.
30-10.
Coach?
You know what though? Winter Haven been playing people tough, even though, like you said, their record don't reflect, how good they are. And they played Bartow tough last week. I think they was lost by a touchdown.
Yeah.
I see it a little bit closer than Toomer, but I'll take Lake Gibson 27-14.
27-14.
That was a lot closer.
Yeah, a little bit closer. I see them scoring more than one touchdown. You know what I'm saying? It may be 27-21, but I think Lake Gibson by 2 touchdowns at least.
Hey, I get it. You coach at Winter Haven, so you got to keep it a little healthy.
I don't have no ties to Winter Haven football.
So they got
none of that.
The girls
might don't have nothing with LBD on it. Don't have nothing to do with me. I'm just keeping it real.
So I understand, Coach. But
my thing is, okay, let's talk about it though. Lake Gibson,
the best team
in the county. Yeah. All right. That's what we saying best team in the county.
Yeah.
They lost to Lakeland.
Yeah.
Who else did they beat? That's been a quality win.
I can't argue that part.
You know what I'm saying? So
who did win ahead and even beat?
It's kind of hard to actually gauge how good they really are. That's all I'm saying.
And I'm saying this because Bartow put 40 on. Didn't Bartow put up 40 on them guys?
On Haven.
Yeah. Put up 40.
Yeah, I'm being nice by saying 30 to 10. I'm being nice, coach. Only because I got friends.
Okay.
I feel you. Like I said, I like Lake Gibson by 2 touchdowns. But
next game, this is actually a playoff play-in game. Auburndale is 3-3, and they go to Bonita Springs, who is 1-6. But based off of this new playoff format, a 1-6 team get a home game. So Auburndale won last week. I think they beat Jensen Beach. Auburndale, probably was the most hyped team coming into the season, and based off injuries and just inconsistent quarterback play, whatever you want to say, it just ain't kind of worked, ain't came together. So they hopefully they kind of turned it around last week, getting ready for the playoffs. But Bonita Springs not that good at all, but they got to host the game. So Auburndale at Bonita Springs. This is an actual playoff game. What y'all think?
Man, Auburndale don't win that game, the whole coaching staff need to be fired right after the game.
Should they be fired anyway?
So I like Auburndale by 17.
I wonder if Coach Eric gonna be with the live, going way down there to go live video.
I like Auburndale by a whole. Eric might not make it because he got practice, so he may not go. But Eric, the number one Auburndale fan, so I'll be surprised if he didn't work Sunday night where he can jump on the road and go check him out.
Well, what a disappointment Auburndale been.
Yeah, it's tough with all that hype they had. Yeah, they lost a lot of coaches though, man, and then they lost a lot of kids that they had some talented kids that graduated. Then they had the one kid, the Thomas kid, that committed to the Air Force. He tore his ACL, so that was a real big loss for him. Kind of like Victory lost to Shaw kid. Victory whole offense left when Shaw got hurt. So they got a tough one tomorrow too. They play an 8-0 team, and they got no offense, so that's gonna be tough. All right, tonight it got moved to tonight. It was supposed to be tomorrow, but Tenor Rock at Lake Region. Lake Region. Hey man, Lake Region won. Tenor Rock won their last 2. They beat Haines City last week. Lake Region kind of, I think they won 1 or 2 games, so it's pretty evenly matched. It's the last game for both. Neither one of them opted into the playoffs. So Tenor Rock, Lake Region, who y'all got?
Lake Region, Tenor Rock 2-0.
I got Tenor Rock 14-13. Coach Strick, if you don't win that game, you're getting in the cut when I see you.
Oh man, it's recorded.
It's on. You're getting in the cut if you don't win. I'm gonna see you right after the game, Strick.
It's recorded.
Tenor Rock 2-0. I'm serious.
14-13. Both of y'all got Tenor Rock. All right, got 2 more. So the first one, this is arguably according to who you talk to, the top rivalry in the county. This is Lakeland at Kathleen. Lakeland is 3-3. Kathleen is 2-4. This is something that I thought was interesting. I read this today. If Lakeland loses tomorrow, this will be the first time they had a losing regular season record since 1970. Like 50 years. It's been 50 years since they had a losing record during the regular season. But if they lose tomorrow, they will. That was like a year before Castle got there. It was like Quinn last year. I read it today. So you got Lakeland, who's lost 3 games, but they haven't lost anybody in the county. They lost 1 last week. And the crazy thing is all 3 losses been at home. When the last time Lakeland lost 3 games at Bryan Stadium, so they might be happy that they're not playing this game at Bryan Stadium. But they was up and got the people scored 3 touchdowns on them Friday and came back and beat them in the fourth quarter. Scored 3 touchdowns in the fourth quarter. Kathleen took one on the head last week. They went over to Lake Gibson. Lake Gibson beat them pretty good. I think it was 48-0. So it's normally it's a rivalry. Although the Lakeland people say it's not a rivalry, but it's for the
It's a
city.
rivalry this year. It's a
Kathleen,
big rivalry. The rival sorry teams. That's the rivalry. Rival sorry team.
Man, I actually like Lakeland by running clock.
Oh, I love Lakeland. 50-0.
You know what I'm saying?
50-7. I'm gonna give Kathleen a kick return. Glover.
Has Lakeland scored that many points this year yet? Can Lakeland score that much when all they do is run the ball?
Yeah, Kathleen probably gonna turn it over.
So you think Lakeland can score 50?
Listen, Lake gets to put up 48. Lakeland gonna put up 50. This is a statement game for them to go into the playoffs. He ain't calling the dogs off. First of all, he ain't gonna call the dogs off, bro. They gonna beat them guys bad, man.
Even with Coach Billy D. Fratt and former Lakeland coach and coordinator Strong.
Oh man,
he'll a few years away. I'm gonna wait till I let him build his program before I give him that same statement I gave Straight.
Yeah, so he'll cute. I don't mean they're gonna win a game now.
AB, you think Lakeland gonna beat Kathleen by 50? If you still on here, put it in the chat.
He did that one.
Talking about Straight in the cut. But you think I don't know about no 50. I think Lakeland will win. I just can't see them win. I don't know if Lakeland can score 50 because all they do is run the ball. Unless they get a lot of stuff on
bruh. He responded. It's gonna be 50 plus, bro. They gonna make a statement in this game, dog, that they really the best team in the county. The team they lost to or will beat any other team in the county. So we forgetting that who Lakeland lost to are some powerhouses, man. They ain't no average team. Bloomingdale could possibly be at the Final Four to the Gainesville State Venus. All right. The Wekiva team is the Polk transfer that you slip up and you lost. Right. But them other two games, Venus and Bloomingdale, ain't no team in this county, including Lake Gibson, could play with them boys.
I don't know about that one.
I
understand, but I don't know about that one. But I get it. I get what you're saying. So both of y'all got Lakeland by 50, a running clock.
I said a running clock. Running clock started at 35. So they're going to beat them by 35.
We didn't say Wekiva was a powerhouse. I said Venus and Bloomingdale is a powerhouse this year. Wekiva has got a bunch of pocket transfers. They should have won that game.
Okay. All right. And the last one. This is the game of the week. That's how we'll do it when we do it, with basketball. You got Bartow 7-0 going to Lake Wells. Lake Wells is undefeated, but Lake Wells only played 3 games. They've had 2 stoppages with the COVID-19 stuff. So they both undefeated, but Bartow's played 4 more games than Lake Wells. You got Lake Wells who has, the kid, they top running back is he was actually at Bartow last year. He transferred over, the Burley kid, and then Bartow got the Johnson kid at quarterback. They got Dathan at receiver. They got some guys kind of, they've been playing real good ball this year. So and that's a big rivalry game. So the Lake Wells and Bartow people will tell you that that's the biggest rivalry in the county, not Lakeland Kathleen. So the game is over at Lake Wells. So y'all got Bartow at Lake Wells.
Can I ask you ask y'all a serious question? Is Bartow good?
I'll ask another question. Who has Bartow beaten?
I'm just still trying to figure out the Bartow good.
I would say this is Bartow's best team in a decade. I will say that.
Well, as Bartow did the same thing that you essentially said that is that the same question you posed to Lake Gibson? Who have they beat? I mean, I guess you can ask that same question. Who have they really beat?
Yeah, but I can also say this, that Lake Wells haven't beaten nobody either.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I think those records are deceiving. You know what I'm saying? Yes, they're undefeated, but I still don't think they're the old Bartow or they are the old Lake Wells. And I've seen Lake Wells play all 3 games. I've seen Bartow on film also.
Okay.
It's gonna be a good game. It's gonna be a good rivalry game. But I don't want to say that, Bartow is back or that Lake Wells is where it was last year. Because it's not. I don't know yet. I'm gonna let Tuma go before I decide.
I can't get the answer on this Bartow good. And Lake Wells ain't played with 3 games, so I can't. I'm staying out of that one. All I know is Bartow won't make it out the first round.
I think for the sake of Bartow having played more, I would take them just because they, even though it's in Lake Wells, and I know it's going to be tough for them to win in Lake Wells. And Lake Wells has owned Bartow. Lake Wells has beaten Bartow pretty good over the past few years. So, but if I had to pick, I would go with Bartow just because they have played more. They got more time on the field.
I feel you on that, Coach. And I do know that there are some injuries in Lake Wells that's going to affect this game. So I think Bartow has the advantage in this one because of those injuries that I know about. So and plus Dathan's a monster, bro. He I think he's the best receiver in the county by far. It ain't even close. So just to see, McGriff basketball player out there putting in work. I mean, he's gonna be a football player in college.
Hold on, did I just hear that again? Stop. Hold on. Say that again, Coach. Say what you said again.
I'm just saying, Dathan's out there putting in work. I think he's the best receiver in the county.
Boy, you just go.
I mean, I heard you say that, and I'm trying to. So immediately, you know how I feel about rankings. I'm not a big ranking guy at all, but the minute I heard you say he's the best receiver in the county, I immediately started to think of who are other receivers, and one receiver comes immediately to mind. If we're gonna call him a receiver, now we call him an athlete, and that's different. But the kid over in Ridge, Kamara Odom, might have something to say about that. But if we call him an athlete, then
Coach, that kid is tough. That kid is tough. Also,
we didn't take it away from him.
Tough. And he's young. Ain't he like a junior?
Yeah,
like a sophomore. No, Harrington kid's a sophomore, and that kid is tough.
And then would you say that? So, or would you say Dathan better than Sam over at Lake Gibson?
Exactly. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Man,
I'm just because when you start saying best, now it becomes comparison. And is he playing the best? He having a great year, but then you start looking at guys like Sam and the Odom kid, and now the Odom kid playing receiver, he playing running back too, because he had to play running back last week because the running back he had COVID, so he couldn't play. So he been kind of playing some of everything. But I don't know if I could go with Odom. Odom would have to. If I had to rank them, I would probably say Odom 1A. Maybe Sam 1B, but Dathan definitely has had a great year. But if you want to say, but Dathan is the only one that's playing both ways. Now Dathan might be a better prospect as a DN,
true,
than a receiver.
That's true.
Yeah, he's tough on defense now.
But he's tough. He's tough at receiver too, Coach.
But he is tough at receiver too. I give you props on that. He is tough.
So I mean, that's argumentative. You know what I'm saying? The kid from Lake Gibson is great too. I'm not going to take nothing from that, but I think, like you said, Dathan has had a special year, and I just want to make sure that we recognize that.
I'm really happy, and McGriff talked about it when he was on. I'm really happy that he has had a good year, that he's taking advantage of.
He is a Division I receiver.
Yeah, he got he passed the eyeball test definitely. So
yeah, because the stuff in videos I've been seeing of him, I'm like, wow. But I just think that boy from Lake Gibson is just a different just step above, even on the recruiting side of it. Like he getting in a little bit different. So that's
but I'll give him that. But just think though, it's been prospects come out of Lake Gibson year in, year out. Somebody's went somewhere, especially Major D1. You know what I'm saying? Bartow's been in the toilet for a while. You know what I'm saying? So the prospects haven't been coming out of there. So when that's happening, not a lot of college coaches are coming in. But with this kid having this year, I expect for him to have, you know, some good looks, and maybe that'll help, you know, Bartow in the future start putting people back in the school as they used to.
I definitely think if you doing like first team, I would say Dathan and Sam, and I would put Kamari out as an athlete because he plays more than just receiver. Although, you know, he probably
it take a capital to go way to Bloomingdale when we talking Polk County. I gotta blame it on the frat for that, but boy, Newton went way to Bloomingdale now. He ain't even sticking in Polk County.
Hall tough. We not discrediting Hall.
Hall dropped some passes though, man. Hall ain't he tough, but he ain't Alabama tough.
You know, and like I told you when we was watching the game, you know, but you see enough of what he can do. You know, I've been watching a job. Him and CJ came up playing together. So I mean, I told you, I said he gonna drop a couple now, but he gonna catch more. He gonna drop, and then he's 6'3", 200. So and he can run. You know, so that kind of outweigh them couple drops that you know that you're gonna have.
That 6 o'clock ready, y'all.
You ready?
Yeah.
All right. So that's just a preview of how we're gonna, you know, we'll run it during the season when we'll get the top teams, top games of the week. We'll chop it up and then give our picks and then come back the next week and see how we did type stuff. I'll keep a running tab of it to see how we do during the season. So
hey, before we bring our guests though, now when we picking our games like we doing tonight, please don't be saying we hating. We sports guys. We can't pick. Every team can't win.
Yeah.
Kathleen gonna get to run the clock tomorrow. Winter Haven might possibly get a running clock tomorrow. And that's just it. It ain't about hating Kathleen or Winter Haven. It's just
so to recap. Lake Gibson, Winter Haven, both of y'all took Lake Gibson.
By 20. Both of us took by 20 or 14.
Both of y'all took Auburndale.
Yeah, Auburndale ain't playing nobody here.
Both of y'all took Tenor Rock.
Yeah, 2-0.
Both of y'all took Lakeland.
Yeah, Lakeland gonna be running clock.
All right, and then Lakewell, you didn't pick you didn't pick Lakewell Bartow.
Nah, I don't even.
Billy D picked Bartow, and I picked Bartow. You didn't pick that one. You took the day off on that one.
You said Lakewell was 3-0. They hollering battle undefeated. I'm thinking it's 6-0, 7-0, both of them.
No.
Yeah, they probably been paying the Storm or somebody over in Lakewell.
Yeah, they're gonna throw me out the game tomorrow, but it's all right.
Dolphins, Lakewell Seahawks. That's who they played the first 2 games.
All right, so our first guest, I guess, I don't know what happened. He asked for the link, but he didn't click in. So we're gonna keep it moving, and we continuing on with our preseason Polk County Media Days. And so next team that we got in the booth this evening. Last year was his first year as a head coach. Got his team to the second round of the playoffs. Probably the most energetic on the sideline, coaching the county, and good friend of Polk Coots. He used to hang out with us until he kind of got other things going, and real busy young man. So we're very happy to get him in the man cave. So without further ado, Lakeland High School head coach Hen Taylor. Welcome to the show,
Coach Hen.
What's going on?
What's going on, boss? You in your meditation. You got it dark in there. Got your move music, and your incense going on.
My players right there.
What you got a dog in there for, Coach? I told you in the fight seat.
Coach, he got 2 screens. He one place and he got his kid somewhere else. This is the first. This is the first. Yeah. And what's going on with you, Coach? Appreciate you giving us a little bit of your time. I know, practice started this week, so I know you're real busy. So we appreciate you giving us a little bit of time to talk about your team and upcoming season for a few minutes.
Well, yeah, we supposed to have practice today, but it got canceled because Southwest had COVID over there, and they wouldn't let us in. So we had a weightlifting meet in our gym. So no practice on that side. Vez, mute y'all phone, Vez.
Oh man. So y'all, you could okay. So they had an outbreak at Southwest Middle, and they let you in the gym.
Yeah, they couldn't let us in the gym, so we really ain't had no practice, coach. You know,
That ain't good.
That ain't good at all.
then I'm missing my
Sorry to
football
hear that.
guys.
So you behind a little bit.
Oh, we way behind, coach, but we ain't worried. We way behind, but we ain't worried.
What you mean you ain't worried, coach? You lost. Hey, listen, you lost your best player.
I lost a great score. I lost a great player. Taylor Gant was my best player when he left. And Taylor Gant still here.
Oh, okay. All right.
Well, coach,
I thought you lost the best player, coach. So
this is what we got, coach. We're gonna give you a chance to kind of open up with some opening words and kind of anything you want us to know. Then we're gonna ask you and your kids some questions, and you'll finish up. So anything you want to say to start us off is you got the flow.
Oh yeah, man. I'm proud to be back. You know, happy to be on Polk Hoops. Our second year, we returned Naquavius, Taylor Gant, and Drew. You know, there was 3 big contributors just last year, so they helped us a lot. They're gonna be the leaders this year. I'm gonna have to depend on some of my guys coming out the JV. You know, the Zips, the Kamars, the Vars, you know, Torrin Wilson, them guys, they're gonna be a big piece of what we do. We got Will Cox coming in as a freshman. He's gonna be up with us. We're looking for big things from him too. So we're gonna be young. We got 2 seniors, Vez and Taylor. Everything else come back.
So are we gonna get another Dreadnought football season with the Dreadnought basketball?
Are we gonna get what, coach?
Another Dreadnought football season with Dreadnought basketball. You say you young.
Oh no, we ain't making us. You trying our football going. We finna beat Kathleen by 30 next week. Beat one of Haven in the playoffs. Then beat if Kathleen make it again. Beat them by 30, and hopefully Bartow there so we can show them that who run this county.
Nah, Bartow won't be there, cuz.
We were hoping they were there. We definitely want to show them that.
Y'all just don't want to play Tampa Tech. But you know, we talking basketball now, coach.
We can talk basketball, coach. You know, I ain't gonna run from it. We here.
So I was just asking, what are you expecting a mediocre season because of how young you are? What's your expectations going into the year?
I expect to win this championship, coach. That's why we playing. That's our goal. That's what we're gonna do. We came up short last year.
Yeah.
But
your district is Kathleen George Jenkins, right?
Kathleen George Jenkins, Plant City, Onwood, and Strawberry Crest.
Okay.
So talk about your district while you just mentioned teams. How you feel about the other teams in your district, about what they got coming back?
I mean, it's always a toss up with us and Kathleen. You know, that's a rival. Same thing with Jenkins. I don't play Onwood at all. Don't know what they got. They coming to my shootout though. And Plant City, we go over there for a boy-girl game in January. And Strawberry Crest come over here in January. Oh, and before I forget, we beat Hardy by 8, not by 6. But we'll handle that when we go down there to the cage or whatever it's going to be. Just want him to know that. I know he on here, coach. We want you to know that. We ain't no punk. We ain't scared of y'all. And we ain't got nobody over 6 foot. We got them 6'8" and them 6'6". We ain't got nobody over 6 foot. We ain't scared, coach.
Hey, coach, I got a question for a lot of people. When I get on you like this, people don't know that we got a little fun personal relationship. We really vibe, so I get on you a little different. I know you say Taylor's back, and I know you got a good expectations for him. With the players you did lose, like who are you thinking is going to take on more of a scoring role for you? Because I'm sure just us seeing Taylor on the football field, he'll be what we talked about earlier with Billy D and Coach Barnes about just the leadership. I know just knowing the kid that the leadership part, he definitely will be your leader, if not one of your leaders, if not the leader. But who are you expecting to take on scoring role, losing a kid like Trey as well as the seniors you lost?
Coach Naquavius Glover. We had him first 6 games last year. He was the leading scorer and the leading rebounder. We lost him half of the year. He came back the last 4 games. He back this year and then grew an inch. So he really gonna help us in scoring along with Andrew Strickland. I know y'all know about Trey, but y'all act like Drew wasn't there. So Drew will step in this year, and
who is Drew?
Drew is my other shooter, my other starter.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay.
He'll take on the
There you
strong
go,
role
G.
this year as well, right there. You see him in
Yeah.
the camera?
Yeah.
So I'm depending on them three. Them three gonna tote us a long way this year.
I was just actually messing with him because I saw him in the video, so I wanted him to kind of step up and say, "I'm Drew."
Yeah, that's true.
I knew who Drew was, but he didn't want to get on the video and be like, "I'm Drew." Coach Billy D, we always get you last.
Yeah, Coach Hen.
What's going
Last
on,
year
Coach?
was your first year as a head coach, and I can't say how much I was proud of you. But tell me how much you have grown as a coach from last year to this year. Where you think the areas that you have grown?
As in just breaking down film, Coach. A little thing that a lot of people don't know, Coach. We didn't film no away games because we didn't have a camera. We only could film home games. So everything on away games was off my brain or what I remember in the game. So me as a coach this year, we preparing. We got to get a camera. Even if it's an iPad or whatever it's gonna be, we gonna have a camera to record away games because that kind of stuff hurt us when we couldn't watch what we did in the away games. I can only tell them. But in home games, we can watch the film and we can correct it right there, and we can advance. So that was like a big thing.
But Coach, I want to give you a chance to answer this question. Did I lose him?
Yeah, his phone, bro. He got a Metro.
Okay. Well, let's transition to your kids while we waiting on
we
you.
last year that nobody.
Oh, you back in?
Yeah, we got Coach Skipper finally came on too. Bond.
Still supposed to be on at 5:30.
My boy on now, so we got him. When we
Coach,
get
I'm
in,
right
now,
here,
we'll
Coach.
Coach, so we got to give you a chance to answer this question. First of all, Coach Monteith said to let you know he got a camera if you need one. We want to give you a chance to answer this. We've asked other coaches that this has been affected. You don't have to answer it if you don't want to, but just give you a chance to speak on it if you want to. We talked a lot on the show, on the page, about the transfer portal, I guess as we called it. You were affected. You lost one of your kids via transfer. Anything, because you for the most part you've been very quiet about it. You hadn't spoken on it, and you don't have to speak on it now. But I just want to be consistent because everybody else who's been on here who's had a kid that's been affected, we've given them a chance to speak. Some have spoken, some haven't. So I just want to make sure that we're consistent and give you the same chance. If you don't want to talk on it, that's fine. But I just want to ask the same question so we're being fair to everybody.
Oh yeah, Coach. Trey a good kid. Nothing against Trey. He made a decision to go to Santa Fe. I wish him all the luck. No hard feelings. No, if he needs something, he can call me. We told him that when he told us he was leaving. It hurt him to leave, but we got to move on, Coach. Ship got to keep moving.
Hey, I got a question for the players. Like, I think it was Vez and the two players that you got on.
Sir?
How y'all doing, man?
Vez, Drew.
Oh, Taylor's out there too?
Yeah, me, Taylor, and Drew.
Yeah,
All
Taylor
right.
out there too.
How excited you guys are about this year's team, man?
I'm just ready for the season.
Okay. I hear y'all, baby.
Chemistry this year.
You got good chemistry?
Yeah.
Taylor?
We ready.
What do you say? We ready?
Yeah.
So they guys a few words when they get on here, but they'll get off and have plenty to say. Well, I know Coach Hen, I know you spoke to us a little bit, asking you how's things been with trying to get stuff done. You talked about you ain't been able to practice as far as scheduling games, and a couple of your kids have played. They played some some spring and summer ball. So I know Vez played, I know Drew played, I know Taylor played. So you got some kids that at least played some games. But how have you been dealing with the COVID and the restrictions and stuff overall? How has it been for you?
So what?
That was for your coach. I don't know if I lost him or not. Did you hear me, Coach Hen?
It's been bad, Coach. We had a whole summer planned out. I talked to you and Tuma about it, that we was going to hit every section of the state. Yeah, I heard you, Coach. You can hear me?
Okay.
You can hear me, Coach?
Yeah, I can hear you. I didn't know if you heard me.
So-
Say that.
Oh yeah, I heard you, Coach. I said that we had talked to you about going to Miami, was hitting all 3 sections. We got talent because you just can't play in Polk County and think good. You gotta get out and play everybody else. Thing with scheduling. When the Civic Center, Tuma was there. Every team that came to us, I gave out my phone number. Or I tried to get theirs. Their game. Because you want to be the best, you got to beat the best. So if you came up and we wanted action, we wanted to play. We gonna measure ourselves by playing best. We don't want to sit around here and be stuck playing the same teams. That's our schedule was. We had to reschedule 9 games because of the cancellation.
So do you have you got a full schedule now?
That was 9 games. We was outside the county all over the state trying to play other teams. I was actually so it hurt a lot. Go practice it, and be in the gym. Finish our
Okay. Well, this question for your players. I don't know if they can hear me, fellas. When people come to watch Lakeland play this year, we know what we saw last year. What can people expect? You all got a chance to tell the people that's watching and listening. What can they expect to see from Lakeland High School this year, as far as what y'all putting on the court? What kind of product they can expect out of y'all?
Well, we gonna bring them the dub every time to win. I don't get what you saying, like dunks and shooting and stuff. Like what you want?
I mean, just like what's gonna be you all's identity. Like last year, we knew that y'all was fast paced, y'all was up and down. It was a high energy type of product y'all put on the floor. Y'all shot the ball a lot. You was gonna shoot. Y'all gonna shoot the 3, things of that nature. So what can folks expect out of you all when they come to check y'all out? If you can give people a preview of Lakeland basketball, what can they expect to see when they walk in the gym? I guess that's the question.
I said the same thing as always. It's always a lot of energy, a lot of defense, like scrambling and shooting. Yeah.
Okay.
Take pride in defense.
Coach, that'll get you. That'll feel good, Coach Bourne. Proud of defense.
Billy D.
What's the next step, Coach? Like what's the next step for this team? What's the next step for you?
Next step for this team, Coach, is just that district championship. We want to win. We're good winning that playoff. They still hungry for that. They still talk about that, but that case, of being number 1. First step we preach now. We talk about district championship. We got to that before we move on to anything else. I feel like we get that. That can be a reoccurring thing. Yearly. You know how I feel. Get there. Then we can keep doing it. We came up short. We know what it's like to win the playoff game. But we don't know what it feel like to win the championship. Like we was backwards last year.
Okay.
Coach, everybody talks about Bartow. You know what I'm saying? It really looks like that everybody looks past everybody else. I know how much passion that you have, and I know that you'll put your team up against everybody. But from the other side, from other teams, just hearing about Bartow all the time, how does that motivate you?
A bunch, Coach. A bunch is that's where everybody want to go. Everybody flying jumping ship to go over there because they want a ship. Feel good at we guys, and my guys want it. I mean,
January 8th.
We go over there. January 8th, we know the date. You heard my kid, January 8th. We know it's circle. We ain't scared of them, we hold them. Because we feel like we let them off the hook. Down 3 with 30 seconds left, we missed the start of the game. But down 15 at halftime. We never got another chance. We really could have got past Hillsborough and in the Civic Center. And there was a lot of people that think we just short.
So, Coach, you say how many football kids do you have? And you saying you don't expect to have your football kids until week 3, and you all play you play a tip-off classic, right? So you don't expect to have your kids for the tip-off classic.
No, Coach, I got Ez, I got Taylor, I got Miguel, I got Wilson. Okay. Yeah.
Talk about the
People don't have to
tip-off.
deal with that, you know. Oh, we got Lakeland Christian and Discovery.
You know, like give people like the dates and stuff. We give you a chance to kind of speak on it. So you got Lakeland Christian, Discovery.
I got November 17th. We got Discovery. We got Lakeland Christian. First game of the season, November 30th. We got.
Okay. So
December, Lakeland. We got some pretty. And then January 29th, 30th, the Lakeland shootout. And we got the teams coming from all over mainland, California, Lakewood Ranch. You know, we got a couple of teams in there for a shootout. Borns off my screen, Kuma.
Yeah, I don't know if his connection bad.
I'm back. My bad. Okay, so folks can expect. I'll get a chance to come check y'all Lakeland Christian Discovery out over at your gym. But that's a good because Lakeland Christian, a lot of people, you know, they got high expectations, and Discovery, you know, brought in some big time transfers. So it should be some good work for you.
Yeah, we play ball January 8th at ball.
Okay. All right, well, Coach, we're gonna give you a chance, give you and your kids a chance for some final words on, you know, on things. Skip was supposed to come before you, but he jumped in after you, so we want to give him a chance to. I don't know what happened, but give you some final words.
Go ahead,
y'all
man.
trying to ask questions?
Yeah, you got a question, sir? Go ahead.
No,
Yeah,
he said.
You listening?
We listening.
All right. So how y'all do y'all rankings? I want to know.
How we do our rankings?
Yeah. Cause me and 20, what you was 17.
What do you think you should have been?
I mean,
and what do you think? What do you think we should put into the rankings? And where you think you should have been?
I mean, I ain't gonna sit. I am not gonna tell you what I should have. I'm just show y'all, but I just don't feel like top 20. Me like 20, me, and then Taylor at 17. I just ain't agree with that.
Okay,
especially
that's
after
fair.
what Taylor did.
That's fair, but so what did Taylor do?
What you mean? What did Taylor do? You sat there and watched what he do. He changed the game. When he get in, the speed of the game completely changes. It's the only person you know that could score 8 points within the time frame of a minute in a playoff game.
So that makes you ranked in higher than what he was.
Yes, he played the whole season though.
No, I'm asking you that because I mean you got a valid point on it.
We asking the question. So when we do redo the rankings, what should we be considering? Is our question. You saying what do you think we should add to what we're doing that we missing?
That's what I'm asking you. Like, how do y'all do it? So I don't know how y'all do it. I can't tell how to change it.
No, I'm not saying change it. I'm just saying what do you think should go into rankings is my question.
You're saying he can change the game in 8 minutes.
You saying a game changer should be ranked higher. I heard that, but
was Taylor starting? Or did Taylor start last year for you, man?
No, I bring him off the bench. Taylor
brought him off the bench. I'm a Taylor fan, so I mean these are good questions. I'm a Taylor fan, but I'm not gonna be like exaggerating on where he should be ranked at. So I hit you with I'll ask you the questions. How many points did Taylor average last year?
9.
9 a game?
Yeah.
Who on that list should at Vez? This Vez, right?
Yeah, this Vez.
Who on that list? You felt like at what number? I don't want to say who on that list because then we're putting kid name out there. How close where should you thought Taylor should have been? He should have been top 10, top 11, 12.
Me,
I don't have this in front of me.
Is you, Vaz? Answer the
you say should I put Taylor top 5 easily.
Oh yeah, you tripping. Yeah, you really
I'm
tripping.
not.
Yeah, you
Top
talking
five.
you talking
I love
buddy talk. You talking buddy talk.
And you said you felt
Name
like
'em. So you want me to name them?
no, we don't want you to name them. You gave
I
them
don't
numbers.
want you to name him because Taylor's not a top 5 player. So
Yeah.
I don't think other than Lakeland, Taylor's not a top 5 player.
You can't speak on it. You just gotta show him.
And this is the thing, you saying you felt like you should have been higher than what you was ranked, but you didn't play a lot of the season, right?
Yeah, I know.
Right. So yours was based off of production, which you didn't have as much because you didn't have as many games. Now, obviously, if you played the whole season, you would have been ranked a whole lot higher because you'd have had more work out there. So nobody denying that you and Taylor can go. But I'm just you asking the question, like bro said, it's a valid question, so we're gonna answer it. But what I'm asking you is to add, what do you think? So we can make. We're not saying that we're perfect. So if you feel like we missed something, you said somebody who's a game changer, that should be some consideration. Okay, so we'll make sure that we consider that. You saying
I'll
that
give you my reason why he's not top 5.
What's
I'll give you my reason why he's not top 5. And like I said, I'm a Taylor fan. He played my position. We defend like I would defend. But if you look at the finish from last year, even when he averaging 9 points a game, let's take Polk hoops out of it. Was he first, second, or third team all county and ledger?
You said is he
Was
first
he
or third
first,
team?
second, or third team all county ledger last year?
You asking for my opinion, or are you asking facts?
I'm asking you from the stats that the ledger gave. Was he first, second, or third team?
Was you first, second, third?
He was honorable mention.
Okay, so if he's honorable mention on that list that's top 5, that we had top 5, were they first, second, or third team ledger, not Polk hoops?
They probably was legend, I'm assuming.
Yeah, so like if we're let's just go to college. If you're a college player and you were top 3 All-Americans and you come back next year and the kid wasn't top 3 All-Americans, you don't jump him to top 5 first team All-American when he was on the honorable mention all conference. You wouldn't jump him. So that's a hard situation to do as a player.
This is the thing. We feel like we more authentic than the legend, and I don't have no problem with him asking the question, and I don't have no problem with you asking how you feel. But like you saying about Taylor, that's how you feel, and nobody's disputing that. Now, first of all, the rankings that we did was summer rankings, so they'll change again right before the season starts. But you feel how you feel, and you're welcome to that. So, top 5, we didn't feel like Taylor was top 5, but you did, and you entitled to that opinion. But as far as what goes into our rankings, we look first at production. So the guys that's ranked ahead of Taylor, and that just say the top 5 that you mentioned. All 5 of those guys in the top 5, without naming names, all had more production than Taylor last year. I mean, if we comparing numbers, which is a big deal, a big part of how we did the ranking, those guys all had more production than Taylor. I mean, on Taylor's team, he had the 4th and 5th. If we count you, he had the 5th production on his own team last year. He didn't have more production than Pat, AJ, or Trey. And when you played, he had more than you. So even on his own team, he wasn't a top 5 production guy on his own team. I think he put in work in the playoffs, and he was a great addition to the team. Ain't nobody taking it away from him. But if you ask him, that's the answer. So we'll give it to you. I mean, we ain't gonna run from the question because you asked him and we on live. Everybody can hear it. They ain't running from nothing.
I feel like he was top. He was higher than 17. But I asked this question here: if Trey doesn't transfer, is he top 5 on your team? Is he the better player on the team than Trey? Vaz? If Trey doesn't transfer?
You say what?
If Trey doesn't transfer to Santa Fe, Is Taylor top 5 and Trey not top 5 on that team?
When Taylor guard and Trey in practice, Trey don't score how he scored
Yeah,
in game.
you talking about practice, man. Allen Iverson, the crossover that Allen Iverson created, he didn't create. A college, one of his teammates created that crossover.
Oh no, I feel like my teammates now better than any teammates you can name.
And that's a good way to end it. That's how you supposed to feel. We wouldn't expect nothing less, and we respect you for. Listen, I respect you for asking the question. You the first person that's been on here that's asked that question. Every player that's been on this show has wanted to ask that question. They ain't asked it. So I respect you for asking it, and that's why we stayed on here and answered it. We ain't gonna run for the question. So we appreciate the question, boss, and respect you for sticking up for your kid, for your team. That's what you're supposed to do. So you understand, Coach Hen? We all right?
Oh, we straight.
I think that was good.
Every group that got on here, Vez, has wanted to ask us that question. You the first one that's actually asked the question. So we respect you for asking the question. Because these guys that sat out here, as soon as we start saying rankings, they start sitting back in their chair, they start folding their arms up, but they won't ask what they want to ask. So if you want to ask it, then we're gonna answer it. Straight up.
And Vez, I'll be honest with you. You was at number what, 20?
Yeah.
You shouldn't even been in the top 10. You shouldn't even been in the top 20 because you didn't play so many games. Because at the next level, when you get to the next level, if you produce the way you produce by missing all those games, you wouldn't get ranked. Now what you do in the season, you probably could be top 5. What he does in the season probably can get him up to top 5. But for you not to play any games, the games you missed, I was shocked to even get you in the top 20. I asked who was best. Because when I went to games, I didn't see you play. That's no disrespect to you, it's just you gotta prove that. You know what I'm saying? But to be to talk realistic, because I'm a basketball player too. He's not top 5 players. That's a big jump on a preseason. Now at the end of the season, if y'all put in the work and he do what he need to do, yeah, that's very possible. But when you say preseason top 5, you gotta have a background to be top 5. And I think by the end of the season, he should definitely be in the top 10. Especially with the way Coach Henry's talking about him. But if Trey doesn't transfer, he doesn't even get mentioned as the number 1 player on Lakeland team.
I don't know about that.
Oh yeah, I don't know about that.
Now you say you don't know about the coach, but you and Coach Wilcox said Trey was top 5. So now you don't know about that, Coach. So now you're going backwards. Let's keep this G. Now you said Trey was top. So you had 2 top 5 players.
Taylor's not top 5 to me. I ain't saying.
So, but I'm saying, but y'all told me that Trey was top 5.
He definitely top 5.
No, he don't stop being top 5 because he left Lakeland. That's all we're saying. He was top 5 in Lakeland. He's top 5 in he ain't lose.
Top 5 in Lakeland. Now you leave Lakeland. Now he's not even top 5 at all.
Yeah. We gotta be consistent.
You gotta make it make sense to me. You're talking sports now.
Yeah, we can talk it, but we just gotta respect. We can't change the narrative because he changed his address. But we got you though. So
Sean saying Trey definitely top 5. I disagree with that. Trey ain't even getting highlights over there. How he top 5? He's not even getting highlights over there. But we saying he was top 5. He's not even getting highlights.
He said his class.
Oh, well, make it make sense to me.
Not talking about the whole. Because
I felt that Taylor should have been higher than 17 off the height that y'all gave him, but he was put at 17 for a reason. He came off the bench. You had guys starting that was all counting on the ledger and was getting mentioned in Polk hoop. So in the preseason, it's only right that you put him where he was at. And for the summer, he didn't with the summer without y'all not playing anything during the summer. He played during the summer, right? He played for Eric, right? Who he played with? Eric or
Monty.
I didn't hear his name enough to say, man, we disrespecting him at the top 20. I didn't, so I can't argue for him. And I love the kid. I love to watch him play. But we talking top 5. Come on, man. We talking football or basketball?
And
both.
top 5 senior.
Well, top, football. We already, we know where he at football. But let's look at this about football. To that point, would we have had him where we got him now before the season in football?
No, because he coming off an injury.
But what my point is, he went out there and did it. Nobody said he couldn't play. He hadn't shown it. So he top 5 football because of what he has, his production, not because of his potential. And at Polk, we go off production. We don't go off potential. That's all.
And Lakeland's on the hot seat. Y'all very on the hot seat.
Yeah. We
y'all very confident and cocky, so y'all better bring it this year.
And we appreciate it. We appreciate you asking the question that all the kids want to know, folks. So I appreciate you, boss. I appreciate you asking the question. You got my respect. When I see you face to face, if you shake my hand, I'm gonna shake your hand for asking the question live, and so we can explain it. We ain't got no problem with that, boss. So appreciate you. Appreciate the question. Coach Hen, and good luck to y'all tomorrow night, man. Good luck in the playoffs, and we'll be in the gym and check y'all out, man. So y'all be safe and y'all be healthy, and good luck the rest of the season on the football field. Thank y'all for spending a little time with us tonight. Coach Hen, thank you for letting us have access to you guys and you as well.
I like Vez. Hey, I like Vez.
My thing with it is the production that he had, bro. He was warranted. We didn't penalize him with Polk Hoops because of the games he missed, because of what he did when he played. So everybody
I can't jump you in, but Vez, I'm gonna tell you why I respect you for asking the question, Vez. If you listening, Vez,
sir,
I respect you for asking the question because you the first kid to not run to social media about it instead of asking the people that gave it. So now I want you to produce because you got an opportunity to take it to the next level because Coach Hen is very high on you. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
I want to see it. So I don't want to see. I don't want to come to the gym. Oh, you missing 8 games because you don't got in trouble at home and your mama won't let you play or something like that. This is a chance to help take care of your family.
Are you out there cutting up? Are you out there cutting up just because that's the thing to do? We just want you to go out there and do what you're able to do, boss. Because there's a lot of high expectations, not just from your coach, but from Polk. Like, bro, you're the only person on the list that got ranked that ain't played a whole season. Go look at the list and look at how many people played the whole season and got ranked. You're the only one on the list for overall or by class, and your coach can tell you that. So it ain't like nobody's sleeping on you.
And
so
people asking us how you got ranked. And other people like how Bears get ranked.
I just told them trust it, bro. Trust it, and that's so. It ain't a disrespect, but if you see it that way, that's fine. If that motivates you, whatever. But hopefully we answered your question. You might not agree with the answer, but hopefully you got an idea of what we're looking at. And so we appreciate you. We appreciate you asking it, and good luck to y'all. Like I said, rest of the year, and we'll be in the gym to check you out, though. But Coach, we appreciate you, man. You and you guys, man. We're gonna get Coach Skip on here for a little bit, but appreciate y'all rocking with us, man. And y'all good luck to y'all the rest of the season in the playoffs. And we'll be back.
Appreciate it.
Yes, sir. All right. Well, transitioning right into the next one. He a little late, but guess he ain't late, but he right on time. We got Coach from Lake Region jumping in, and what's going on, Coach Skip?
Hey, not much, man. Apologize for being late, man. We got homecoming and got 2 kids involved and everything going over here.
Oh,
we run a little late today. Yeah, so we hustling and bustling right now.
Yeah, man. We
Coach, I thought you were running from me.
Yeah, man.
You go away, and me and you were teammates for a couple years. I say, that Coach don't want to rock the boat with me.
Hey, we me and you can run it back.
Yeah, man. Hey, well, Coach, we appreciate you stopping in and talking with us for a couple minutes. So just how we do it, we start off by giving you a chance to kind of, introduction, kind of speak on your team or the upcoming season, anything you want to say. And then we'll ask you some questions and then you can finish up. So the floor is yours. Anything you want to speak on, you got it.
Well, first of all, we as well as we all know, as well as you all know, with the COVID situations, made it real tough. And I feel like personally it's kind of hit Lake Region,
harder than anybody.
Pretty hard. Yeah, it's I'm looking through Focus to see if we had any transfers. but our kids, the kids that we've had, You know, they've come out and they've worked hard, and so we've got a transfer or two, and we're not gonna make no excuses. At the end of the day, we're not gonna make no excuses. We're gonna come with what we got, whatever hand we dealt, and we're gonna come to play. At the end of the day, that's the bottom line. We just gonna come and give you what we got.
Okay. Well, that's a staple that we've always known with coach, what you coach. You coach your kids hard, and you're very passionate. They work hard for you, and you're gonna play to the very end. I remember we was at the Lake Gibson game last year, where that game kind of went down to the wire, and it just like it was like literally the last, like at Lake Gibson, literally like the last 5 seconds. The game was decided. It was just kind of up and down the whole way through. So I know last year you got a kid like right before the season started. You got the Harris kid from over at OCP. So we ask everybody any to talk about the team. Any new kids that you kind of want to speak on? I know we know about and then you can speak on your vets. We know you got your son Don, his final year. You got I don't know if I'm saying his name right, Hagerbrook, Arthur Hagerbrook. And so I know you got them returning. I know you had a few seniors. So anything you want to speak on the rest of your team and the rest of your team?
We did get the kid from Auburndale, MJ Smith.
Eric, point guard. He was talking the other day. He said he didn't like losing him. So okay, yeah.
And I feel like he can really help us. He's a solid ball player, and like I say, he'll come in and be able to help us. And we end up getting Jaheim Collins, who was at Jenkins. He end up coming over.
Okay.
So he'll be able to help us too. So those two pieces right there will help us right away. Right away. Of course, we lost quite a bit. From last year's team. When we come to skill set as well as the size wise, we won't be as long, but I feel like those guys can come in and mix it up. I feel like they're both tough, hard-nosed guys, and they'll come in and help us right off the bat.
Coach, a real underrated kid in the county, and I know you obviously you biased, but how is it? How has it been, and how is it coaching your son? I mean, your son doesn't seem like he doesn't get probably as much credit. I know he plays hard. He just a real quiet. You don't even know he's on the floor if you don't say. I mean, he play hard. He do everything he has to do. But I imagine it got to be kind of interesting. I guess I don't know if that's the right word to coach your son. And so how everybody don't have that type of. You and Shaw do. Shaw coach his son too. So and Eric coached his son last year. So we asked them the same thing. How is that coaching your son?
It's a blessing, Coach. It's a blessing because how many people can say that I had a chance to coach my son through his high school career? Not a whole lot, not a whole lot. And it's a blessing. And I tell him, I'm gonna be hard on you, and I'm hard on anybody. Is that fair to you? No, but at the same time, I'm gonna ride you because you want to get to a certain level, and it's up to me to help you try to get to that certain level. And he's, like I say, he's a very humble kid. He's a hard-nosed kid. He'll run through the wall for you, not only because I'm his dad, but whomever he's coaching, he's going to give you his motor. I think his motor really defines him, as a player. His motor defines him. And I don't ever get any grief from him saying, let's go to the gym. He works his tail off, not only in the gym, in the classroom. He carries a 4.0 GPA, which, I'm mostly happy about. But overall, it's great, And at the end of the day, I know it's tougher on him than it is on me because we know how kids are. They're going to talk, this, your dad, blah, 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 whatever the case may be. And he's hearing things that I don't hear. But at the same time, I feel like he's mature enough to let that roll right off his back and keep grinding. That's all he's going to do. Yes, sir. No, sir. no matter who it is, he's gonna say yes or no, sir. He'll give you whatever he can give you.
Okay. But Coach, we talked. Last week we had two of your district people that's in your district on the show, and we had week before that we had a couple more of you. So we've had your whole district on here, well, except Lake Wells. We consider Sebring and Hardy to be quote unquote Polk County. So you all are in the pretty much the only totally Polk County district in our area. And last year, you guys had a real competitive schedule. I think you were 15-9, and you barely missed. You put 3 teams in the playoffs, and you guys barely missed it. Talk about how that was. What is it going to take for you to get there, and then talk about your district, like as far as the other people in your district and how you feel they're going to be and how you all match up with them.
Well, first of all, Coach, you speaking of the district guys, I heard you mention you guys was at that Lake Gibson game.
Yes.
And I don't hear you guys show all the time because I'm not on not a social media buff, but I heard Coach Austin speak about, the clip was brought to me and said, hey, listen to what he said about our game against them. And Coach, I heard him say, we should have beat them by 10. And you know what, Coach, he's exactly right. They should have beat us by 10 because my second leading scorer was at Lakeland Regional, getting 6 stitches put in his head because he dove after the basketball and bust his eye wide open with about 5 minutes left in the third quarter. My third leading scorer, Polk County finest, got him on the bench at the beginning of the fourth quarter. And he's fouled out. So they should have beat us by 10.
When you say Polk County finance, who you talking about? Okay.
Coach, chill now, chill. That's my job.
Okay.
We don't need him coming at you, Coach.
Yeah. So,
hey, Coach,
we know that trash. Billy D one of them.
Coach, you know that like I said, we was at that game, so I saw all of that play out, and Coach felt like that was a big win for him. So I figured I wasn't gonna ask you about it, but I figured you would got a kick out of that. I laughed last week when he said it. 2 weeks ago when he said it. So
I had to talk about that one, and yet if my kid wouldn't have pulled up and kept going to the basket, we'd have still won that basketball game. And I really feel if we'd have got that game, I think we would have made it in 2 because it was a district win. I feel like we would have got that little bit of push to get into that playoff. I really feel like that game.
You're probably right because they got in and y'all didn't. And technically, y'all had a better record. Y'all both had 15 wins, but you had 9 losses. They had 12 losses. So you get that win. You're probably right on that. That's probably the one that got them in and had y'all. You all didn't make it. And then Hardy had 20 wins and they didn't make it. That was crazy. Y'all legitimately probably should have had 5 of y'all 6 district people in the playoffs, last year. Which I don't know how it's going to be this year with all this COVID stuff, but that was. I know that had to be frustrating for you. I know it.
Oh man, yeah, seriously, very frustrating. Definitely.
So what did you do this year?
We just got to go out and win games, Coach. At the end of the day, we got to win games, and especially those district games. We just got to come out and grind. My whole mindset and my word is to my team is you got to believe. If you don't believe, I need you to stay in the locker room until the game's over with. When we walk out of this locker room, you got to believe that we are the best team in the gym, and you got to believe in yourself and that we can beat that team that's sitting on the other side of that court. That's it. We gonna come out and grind. You got to come out and get it.
And how does it look? How do you all look compared to your district people right now? Because since you're saying the district is so important, how do you feel y'all match up right now?
I feel like we'll be another surprise again, because I still don't feel like we're getting that respect from you guys. I feel like when you put us in the top 10, I feel like we're doing something right over here, because it was 2 years when I walked in the door over here that they hadn't won a game. So to go from there to you guys saying, hey, this is a top 10 program team right now, we're doing something right. So we just got to continue to build on what we're doing. And hopefully our kids they'll start sprinkling back in that are zoned for us that should be here. And we can continue to build our program.
Coach, how has it been with you with scheduling? Have you had issues with scheduling with COVID and all this kind of stuff, or you kind of got your schedule pretty good?
I'll be honest with you, Coach. I've had to change my schedule about 5 or 6 times. There was some teams that we should have been playing that we played last season. That them coaches, they listening. I know you're listening. You owe me the game. You owe me the game this year to play me, and the game didn't get scheduled. There's a game that got canceled, and those are big games for our schedule. And reason, I think about it is 2 reasons that you don't want to play Lake Region. You don't want to say you got beat by Lake Region. And if I got Lake Region on my schedule, maybe it makes my schedule look weak. That's all I can think of. So there's some big teams.
So ain't nothing weak if you top 10, Coach. They got to respect that.
Well, that's why I'm saying it. Out of those other 2 reasons, you don't want to say you lost to Lake Region.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying, Coach?
They owe you, and they won't schedule you.
Oh, they owe me. They listening. They owe me. They know it. We done talked. And I've been waiting on my phone. I upgraded my phone to make sure I got their message.
Ooh,
I didn't get it, Coach.
Hey, Coach. Hey, Coach, man, you talking some good stuff this time, man.
Hey, I didn't get it, man. Listen, but hey, it is what it is.
Hey,
Billy D sitting there quiet, man. Talk to
it. Before Coach went to Lake Region, man, when he was at Ridge, but me and Coach, we coached together a couple years over at Jenkins. Yes, and so I kind of know Coach from a different standpoint than a lot of people do as a coach. So that's why I'm laughing so much when you saying all this. So I just it's funny, but
it's a skill I know though, Barnes, because me and this guy played together competitively. Right. Duo that was the force playing in the little red league and stuff. This is Skip. I know that. Hey, confident, cocky. Let's go get it. You know what I'm saying?
Let's get it, man.
I like to hear that from a boy.
Let's get it. Let's get it. Yes, sir. Hey. No doubt.
Yeah, Coach Skip, what's his name is on. I don't know if you remember when we was at Jenkins. I don't know if you remember Wilcox. Nickname was Thutter.
I know it.
You remember Thutter? Yeah, Thutter on saying he respect you. Say he always ran through a wall for me and you always kept a G with him. So he wanted to make sure you knew that. I don't know if you can see the comments because I know you ain't on social media. So
yeah.
So, Coach, I know you talked about your son. We talked. Coach Billy D had a real good topic earlier in the show about leadership and how important leadership is. Should it come from your best player or a player or from the coach? Since you lost so much, you're gonna have to find some leadership because some of the guys that you lost, like the Harris kid, and those were your leaders. So how is that and where is that coming from? Because you got a couple kids like the Hoggebrook kid playing football, so you haven't even got him yet, right?
Yeah, well, today was actually the first day that he's shown up, so he's out here now.
Coach, hold on, Coach, hold on now.
They got a game tonight.
Let Region play.
Yeah. He had been hurt, so he hadn't been back out at football. He hadn't been out there in several weeks.
Okay.
Yeah,
the football team sorry though, right?
Hey, man. Hey. Oh, I'm trying to get him to believe.
But go ahead, Coach. Answer the question. I'm sorry, I just threw me off with that one. But go ahead.
But yeah. Like you say, first of all, I always take it on myself. It's gonna start with me. It's gonna start with me, and then, like I say, my son does a good job. And he's not a talkative leader. He's one that's more doing. But I do feel like Hoggebrook is one of those guys. He talks. He talks on the floor, and he'll get on to people. He'll tell them what they're doing. they'll get mad back at him, but he don't care. He'll continue to give them that feedback. Sometimes it works against him because he started, doing some things that he shouldn't. But he does run his mouth and talk. And I'm big on communicating, with our kids. Sometimes our kids don't accept it well from their other peers, but that's the thing that I'm looking for. I mean, if you're not getting it done, hey, I need somebody who's that extension to get on you and talk you up, try to get it right.
Okay.
Coach, you lost some kids from last year, and pretty much, every team is different from year to year. What adjustments you got to make as a coach? Like, what are we going to see from Lake Region basketball this year? What style of play?
With what I'm seeing right now, Coach, we're gonna have to play 94 feet for 32 minutes. We're gonna have to get up and down the floor. We're gonna have to defend our tails off and push the basketball. I feel like with this group that we're gonna have, we're gonna be gonna be able to shoot the ball a little better, or have more shooters than I've had in the past. Size-wise, we've fallen off some size-wise. So our quickness, our speed, and our shooting is going to have to be those key components for us.
Coach, we didn't, we usually get news of transfers, and it's kind of been quiet with the two that you got. We didn't know, we knew you got the Smith kid because we got it from Coach E, but we didn't know you got college from Deacons until now. So, we asked every coach, their thoughts on the transfer portal, because most of the people that's come on has been affected because they've lost kids, but you hadn't lost any kids, you gained kids. So,
yeah.
It's just the move. Now, will you be affected, Coach? You won't be affected by that new school, like for zones and stuff?
Not that I know of. I shouldn't.
Okay, I heard you say something about so I guess you kind of maybe unofficially affected, because I heard you say something about if you can get your kids that zone for you.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, since I got here, we've had several kids that were top-notch players in the county that was zoned for Lake Region. And like I say, in a lot of time, one of the big pieces is when I came, we had a ton of talent here, but they were allowed to do whatever they wanted to, and so it didn't mix with me. And so, like I say, those kids kind of dispersed, and kids prior to dispersed. And then when they, how kids are, they're trying to go where they hear they're winning at. So they dispersed and went other places. So now we're starting to get, like I say, kids that are zoned for us and not even zoned for us, because of if they're seeing we're building on some things, we're winning some games, and at the same time you can come here and you can play. I mean, a lot of other schools that's around us, they got a lot of kids. So if you go in there, you're putting yourself behind because they got so many kids there.
Yeah. And
so if you come here, you got a chance to play.
Cause you're in a tough spot, because you like right in the middle of, it's like almost like the zones overlap. You got school A on the left, and you got school B on the right.
Right.
And so it just kind of overlaps. And I mean, that's a tough place to be.
Yeah, it's tough, Coach. It's tough for sure.
And your football team don't do you no favors, because you can't bust them in, and that's what school A and school B also got. Yeah. They got decent, for the most part, competitive football programs. So that's sometimes a draw too. So you kind of like, it's all or nothing with you. It's hit or miss. You ain't got nobody helping you, that you can kind of promote. That's a tough one to deal with.
Yeah, it's definitely a tough spot to be in for sure.
So, Coach, what are you in a tip-off class, or where you gonna be at, so you can let folks kind of know what
Currently, I'm not. I'm not in a tip-off.
Okay.
It's possible. It's still a possibility that we may end up in one, but currently we're not.
Hey, Dreadnought's got a game for you, man. They need another team to play one game.
Tuma.
Get your game in, coach.
Hey, Tuma. I done sent a message. I done sent a message over there. I wanted to be in that old at Lakeland.
Oh man,
we got.
I ain't heard that back from here, man.
We got one of the Lakeland coaches on the chat, so he hear you, coach.
He ain't already know, man. I sent the message. Look, I had a payphone number for you over there, somewhere over there in Lakeland.
He got a new number, coach.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. He got a new number.
Skip, Coach Hen and Thudder, so he know Hen and Thudder on here right now. Coach Wilcox on here right now, so he hear you, coach. So
yeah, hey, they know I done reached out. I sent that message. Now I tried to get there, but they didn't want me over there, coach. They trying to run me out of Lakeland, man.
Oh man, they don't let you in unless you gotta be in, coach.
Hey, he talking about my number. You were looking for a game. You know he ain't got no game, bro. You can't even call back.
Somewhere.
Hey, listen, I'm letting all y'all know. I'm getting him some major pressure this year, man. I ain't holding back for my boy. He ain't getting all the pressure. All the pressure this year. You better not lose to some teams that I think he better beat.
Hey, that's why I like it. That's why I like it, Coach. Put that pressure on them other ones.
Coach, Skip,
I'm put some pressure on you too, Coach. That you better beat Lake Gibson.
You playing all your teams, Coach?
What's that?
You playing all the district teams? Some people got the philosophy not to play all the districts. Some people do. What's your philosophy? Now, you playing everybody in the district, or you?
I would like to, but we're not. I mean, I would like to. I like the old school way where you just play everybody in your district. I really like that, but it's not like that. And I'm not playing. I don't think two of them that we're not playing right now. So it is what it is. Like I say, we just gotta come and take care of whoever's on the chart. Whoever's on the chart.
When you say you're trying to find games and you got district, and Coach, I don't know if you can read the stuff that Boss put up. You saw that?
Yeah, I see it.
That's crazy. You got district teams and you need games, and you can't make it work so that you can have games. That's. But I know this the new thing. But that's crazy to me though. Yeah.
It's tough, man. It's tough, but like I say, whatever we just tried to make a schedule. So hopefully, like I said, this COVID thing, that nothing interferes, and we can have a good season and just go out and grind and try to keep molding these young men to be future leaders.
So you're not playing a tip-off. So when your first regular season game, we're just trying to give you a chance to talk about your schedule that you do have, so people can know, when you're playing, get a chance to promote you if your team, your program.
December 1st is my first game. It's against Lake Gibson.
Uh-oh.
December 1st.
Where is that?
It's at your place?
It's over here.
Okay.
Yeah, it's in the Thunderdome.
Hey, you got that clip recorded?
Coach, I got it, Coach. I got it, man. I'm telling you, boy, I've been thinking about that for a long time now.
Hey, Coach, at least he gave it to you. I ain't got you. You ain't got me posting over. I ain't say you weren't gonna win 10 games. I think you'll win 15 to 20. I got a lot of coaches been saying, Tuma, you say we're only gonna win 10 games.
Yeah.
I ain't do you like that, Coach. I ain't do you like that.
Yeah, I appreciate it.
Coach Skill, who you got on your schedule outside your district?
Actually, we got Mount Verge scheduled. They coming in, and who else?
You gonna get that sausage put in you, Coach?
Huh?
Why you scheduled them? Why you scheduled them, Coach?
Go. I couldn't get nobody else to schedule me around here, Coach.
Yeah, I know.
I still ain't at my match.
The Dreadnought scared to play you? Since we had the Dreadnoughts on, was the Dreadnought scared to play you?
Oh, you better get, man. He ain't already know, man. I I drove to Lake. Listen. Let me give y'all the scenario. Last year, nobody didn't expect Lake Region to be any good. Everybody was trying to schedule. Coach, they met me. I came into work. I get here about 6:30, 6:45. One coach was standing out there in the parking lot. He said, Coach, I'm out today. Can we go ahead and schedule that game?
So now you got to fly around and find people, huh?
Yeah, go. Go now. I got to run. Now I got to run over the lake. I got to find hen up at Alps. On the Alps. A big game, man.
Coach Ian, you here, man? Let's schedule this game.
What's going on, man? Coach,
hey, he done brought him in, Coach, so he can talk to you.
Hey, it's the only way I can get him to talk to me.
Hey, it's kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy, Coach, that the man came on here last week. He texted me and Bond. He need a game. We sitting at the football game. He need games. You say you ain't playing in the tip off, and he ain't missing that. And he got your number.
Man, Coach Skip got my number. I ain't get no text from Skip. That's my coach. That's my guy.
Yeah. I had to go through Wilcock, man. I saw Wilcock at the fruit stand over here in Eagle Lake. I pulled over, man. Told Wilcock, man, tell him to put me in the shootout.
Boy, it's hell out here, boy.
And here you full now here, so you can't get Skip on. You full now?
That's full.
Oh man.
Yeah. I'll be over there though. I'll be over there to watch
I got 2 days is Lake Region. I mean, Warner Haven, me and Lakeland Christian.
Okay.
So I'll be over there to watch though, Hen. I'll be over there to watch, man.
So I say that's true. He did. Coach Hen, Thurder said he did meet him at the fruit stand. He verified that.
Well, yes, sir.
You know what it was, Coach Skipper? He said he was busy coaching football. He primarily focused on football at the time. He couldn't schedule nobody. That's all. Just go tell us here. Just go ahead and let us know. Football was more important at the time.
No, that wasn't it, man.
He was trying to be 8-0. He was trying to be undefeated.
I did finish undefeated, Coach.
Hey,
that good stuff.
Well, Skip, we appreciate you, man. We just give you a chance saying the final words, man, for the season that's just getting ready, to start up for you. So give you a chance to anything, last words you want to say, you want folks to know about Lake Region, your program, anything in general.
Hey, just know that we, over here in Lake Region, we grinding. We trying to, just trying to bring these young men up to a higher standard, higher level, be future leaders. Hope to, the best of all the coaches out there. Young man, you guys got to keep believing in yourself, believe in your teammates, believe in what you do. And I appreciate you guys, what you guys do. Tuma, we go back on the hardwood.
Yeah.
Of course, my wife taught you. And I remember meeting both of y'all, man. The first time I met both of you, man, you had Jerry curls. And I'm like, hey, guys always been cool. Bond, we really enjoyed that time with you over there. And, I've stolen a little bit of something from each one of y'all to use for my guys. So I appreciate it.
Appreciate you, Coach.
When I went to Lakeland, Coach, I don't know what you, and I see you ran it last year when I was over there. We called it box 4, but you had that box set we ran for Taba, for Sheldon.
Yes, sir. Yeah.
Coach, I took it to Lakeland and had a kid named Julius, Coach. We ran that play with Julius, and Julius had like 20-something the game, and half of them was on that one set that we used to run with Taba, and Taba used to kill people. And it's like, it was amazing. People couldn't stop it, but just like you took, I took also when I you ain't no shame in that, because that way I saw you run it with the BJ kid. I said, Coach, still running that play.
Right. So,
like Novocaine, keep running it.
Yeah, we're gonna keep doing it till it don't work no more.
But Coach, we appreciate you, man. You be safe. We wish you all the luck in the season. We'll be out to check you out, man, and wish you well. Thank you for giving us a chance to, talk with you and chop it up with your squad this year, man. Y'all be safe, man.
Appreciate you guys. Peace out, man.
All right. So Oh man, that was good. That was good.
Tell me you petty, bro.
So petty.
Tell me
King
you
Petty.
petty, bro.
Hey,
That was funny.
hey man. So that ended up being a good one today, man. I don't know if y'all got any final words. We kind of over time we normally be on here, so we next week I guess it'll just be me and bro be up. Billy D will be on the road with the squad. I don't even know who we got on here next week. Let me look it up real quick. And by next week, hopefully, we'll actually have a we don't do a lot of politics, but hopefully we'll have a president next week by this time. Seems like we ain't gonna never find out who our next guy gonna be, huh?
Oh, man. I don't know who they got counting votes. They need to get the Chick-fil-A drive-through line to do it.
Okay, that was somebody said Chick-fil-A had been done.
Can y'all?
Yeah.
That's crazy though, bro. Like that it's gonna be Friday, and we still got them same states, and ain't none of them got a winner. That's crazy.
I know it's a lot more. I know it's a lot more mail-ins than ever before, so it's a lot different. But that's just you think it would have been worked out by now. Well, next week we got 3 teams next week. That's coincidental, Billy D, that you ain't gonna be here next week because the alumni gonna be here. We got Mulberry, Lake Wells, and Kathleen next week.
I'm gonna try to tune in, bro. I might sneak in.
We got 3 of them, so we got the lean bringing up the real Mulberry, Lake Wells. So hopefully you can jump in, coach. If you can, that'd be great. If not, then we understand because you got work to do. You'll be on the road and you'll be on location. So we'll see. We'll try to work it out. And then the following week we got the last 3, and then with the season to be here, we got Frostproof, Jenkins, and McKeel. So, and then we'll be in the season, and we'll start doing stuff like we did today. We'll do the whole player of the week stuff live on the air. We'll do games of the week. It should have a good one as we transition. But appreciate y'all again rocking with us, man. As we got through another one, and if y'all going to one of them games tomorrow, I know Coach Billy D, you said you'll be out at Lake Wells, bro. I don't know if you going to Lakeland, Kathleen. I'm not going.
No, if I told you I was done with football after Lakeland got blew out.
Yeah. Well, the game, I guess the place to be to move, as the kids say, the move is in Lake Wells. I mean, unless you live in Lakeland. But if you don't live in Lakeland, I guess everybody, all roads heading to Lake Wells, to Bartow Lake Wells. So appreciate y'all, man. Y'all be safe as you finish out the week, and everybody appreciate y'all rocking with us until next week. Guess that'll do it. Polk Hoops out.
All right, coach. Y'all take care.
Yes, sir.
Peace, man.
Yeah.